It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Welcome to Mom and Pop Video Shop. I am Joel, and as you can see, I'm sans Tyson, but it's okay. His heart is here. Plus, I have a little surprise that I'm going to share with you that is going to basically make it to where he can't watch this video until probably post his birthday, which is fine, because actually by the time this thing drops, I think his birthday will have already come and gone, because his birthday's actually, I think as I record this, today. Oops, probably should call the guy. So anyway, I am going to be visiting once again with the great Robby Retro. He's been on the channel a couple of times now. Once we went to his house and got to see his whole layout, which is incredible. And also we had him here in the shop, and he shared with us sort of some collected pieces that he had from the year 1994, because it was the 30th anniversary, obviously, because we're in the year of our Lord 2024 right now. So all that being said, I visited Robby again because he actually had a cool, really specifically cool thing he wanted to share with me and with all of you. So we did a really quick video while I was there. And when we get back from that, I have some items that he actually gave me as a surprise. And I want to share them here with you. So with that, let's go kick it over to Robby.
Oh, Joel, hey, I didn't know you were here.
Howdy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man.
I was just thinking about you because the last time we were hanging out, I was in the shop and we were talking about the great 1994.
Yes.
Speaking of, this shirt, 1994. And there's cool, Joel, and then there's 1994 Planet Hollywood Terminal Velocity Premiere Jacket cool.
Oh boy.
That I just received today in the mail from my good friend, actor, athlete, Tony Todd, who you might know as Mickey Scales from the 1994 baseball classic, Little Big League. Tony, thank you so much for the jacket. I'm gonna go over to Planet Hollywood in Orlando tomorrow, and I'm gonna wear this. Is that beautiful or what, Joel? So, it's not the fall that kills you. Always great to have you over, Joel. Got a couple of new things since you were last here, but I'm actually really excited for our next collabo, a little teaser, right? Joel and I are gonna be teaming up to do the locations of the Polk County, Lakeland, Winter Haven filmed China Moon, starring Ed Harris and Madeline Stowe, Benicio, Charles Dance. Yep. So China Moon, filmed right here in our stomping grounds.
Yeah, we've got Lakeland, Bartow, I think maybe Winter Haven. I'm pretty sure we have to do some research to find that out.
And I think it's currently streaming right now.
Tubi.
So we're going to be watching it, and we're going to be thinking about those locations, because it's probably locations we're familiar with.
Yes, there are several.
And we'll be teaming up to work on that shoot in the very near future. And of course, we'll have the VHS and the Laserdisc with us too.
Yes, indeed. That's awesome.
Always great to have Joel here in the Robby Retro room. And I look forward to being back at the Mom and Pop Video Shop soon too. And I'm gonna send Joel home. I'm gonna send Joel back to the shop with some items that maybe, who knows, maybe Joel will show you.
All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool. But I also, before we wrap this up, wanted to share with you a few items that he gave to me that I thought were really cool. Okay, so I am now going to share with you some of the items that I got while at Robby Retro's house. Some of these he gave me, which I thought was extremely generous. A few of these items he sold to me at a price that, quite frankly, he basically gave them to me because it was so low. But with all that said, I'm going to share with you now. We got several Laserdiscs, which was awesome. You would think I'd have this one, but I did not have it. I'm trying to get the glare. So we got Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is, let's see it there on Laserdisc. I love this movie. I know a lot of people don't, but I did. I actually, I'm sure I've talked about it on the channel before, was there. At the end credits, there's a building that gets blown up, and it was in St. Pete. And I was in 9th grade, and I actually got to be like front row and watch them blow it up with the film crew and everybody there, and it was really cool. And I think it was the old Orlando City Hall. My good buddy Jason Grooms, who was on Forgotten Flicks with me, he was there for that. Years before we ever met each other, we both were present to see part of this movie being filmed. So it holds a dear place in my heart. So Lethal Weapon 3, and then a personal favorite comedy. I love comedy, but comedy's one of the things where some you return to and some you don't. This is one of those ones that I return to a lot. I love it. My Cousin Vinny. My Cousin Vinny is an absolute classic. If you've never seen it, I'm sure most of you have. So yeah, it's very cool on Laserdisc. And then this one, just because, The Killer Tomatoes Eat France. I absolutely freaking love this. I shocking to no one, I love really great cheese ball movies like this. I just think it looks great. All right. Let's see here. Oh, a couple more. Now this one is cool because it's actually sealed, which is awesome. It's Temple of Doom. It's got the real shine in it now because of all the cellophane, but you can see it is straight up sealed. It's still got the stickers on it from wherever it was originally purchased at, which is awesome. This movie is very near and dear to my heart. I love it very, very much. It's the first film my wife and I ever saw together, and that is True Romance. Love this movie from 1993. It's actually even though Tarantino didn't direct it, it's my favorite Tarantino movie along with Reservoir Dogs. All right. And this one is the one that I have to be careful when I let this video be seen by Tyson, because this is actually going to be given to him. Initially, I was thinking I'd give it to him for Christmas, but then that means he can't watch this video for like months and months and months. So probably I'll give it to him for his birthday. So, and that is on Laserdisc. I don't think he has it. And if he does, he has two. It is widescreen, the deluxe widescreen presentation of Fight Night, which is awesome. All right, and let's see here. We got some, of course we do. We have VHS, Psycho, sealed. Oop, right there, we can do it. Psycho, sealed on VHS, which is cool. This one's sealed, and I'm gonna actually begin giving this to a friend of mine, and that is a gift. That is Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And for those of you that know, back in the day, the Dice Man, Andrew Dice Clay, Brain Smasher, A Love Story. I feel like this, Casual Sex, and Ford Fairlane are the main movies that I'm aware of him doing. I'm sure he was in some other stuff, but that's the main stuff. The last batch. See here, we've got a Scholastic copy of Temple of Doom, which is cool. We've got a couple of comic books, movie-based comic books. The A-Team movie that came out, which honestly I didn't hate. I didn't hate that movie. I'm not a fan of a lot of those types of reimaginings, but that one I actually liked quite a bit. This is awesome. An Alien Cubed, an Alien 3 comic. Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is super cool. There's several magazines here, so I won't go through all of those. Let's see here. I always was a huge fan of Cinescape. Let's see. Gillian Anderson, X-Files on the cover. We got Snake from when Escape from LA came out. So this has been like, 96? Somewhere thereabouts. Let's see here. Let's say that one for the last. One of those, this is actually cool. This is a Japanese movie magazine for Rocky 3. That's awesome. Like, that's really cool. And then a Fango that I know I had when it originally came out, but over the years I had lost them, and so I've been rebuilding my collection. It's got Starship Troopers on the cover, and I actually know I have it because I remember this ad in the back. It says, Desert Dog Films proudly announces, Butt Crack is in the can. Butt Crack. Jim Larson's horrific comedy starring Mojo Nixon. I remember seeing that thinking, I would like to watch that movie, and I don't think to this day I have ever found a copy of it. So I don't know if they got it in the can. I hope they finished it. So crew from Desert Dog Films, let me know. Did you finish your movie? I would love to see it. So yeah, this is cool. It's got Alien Resurrection, Scream 2, Sphere, Devil's Advocate, House of Frankenstein, Dean Koontz's Phantoms, if you saw that when that came out. It was one of those Dimension pictures. So that's cool. And then this last one is, actually I'll do this one too. This is actually an official poster magazine for Star Trek 4, which is awesome. The Voyage Home. It's the one with the whales. It's the one with the environmentalist message, but I actually have a fond place in my heart for that movie. My dad took me to see it in the theater, and it was my first Star Trek movie in the theater. Not that I'm a huge Star Trek fan, but I thought this was really cool. Last, and this is awesome. I think this is really cool. So, if you remember, obviously Twilight Zone, the show, there was a Twilight Zone magazine as well, and they would put stories out in it and everything, like an anthology. This is a Twilight Zone magazine from 1983 with Stephen King's The Raft in it, and what's super cool is they have like this almost almost like a diorama. Actually, I think I guess it's a drawing, but it almost looked like it was models the way they drew it. Also has a coverage of Psycho 2 with Anthony Perkins, but specifically the Raft. The fact that the Raft was covered in here is really cool to me. All right, so I want to give a special thanks and shout out to Robby Retro. He's a really great guy, and you know, I always feel like I forget to mention this because he doesn't really talk about it, but he has a YouTube channel as well. So I'm going to link to that in this video. Be sure you go over there, subscribe to him. He does Instagram and Facebook, and he's always posting cool stuff. Like he's constantly, especially on Instagram, he's always putting up like when there's an anniversary of a movie, or especially if you're into movies for like that, like 80s into the early, your 90s range. Like there's a range there that totally works for me. But yeah, he's such a great guy. He's very generous. One of the nicest people I know. Definitely want to check his stuff out. And so thank you again to him, and I hope you enjoyed that. And in the meantime, remember, at Mom and Pop's, our love of Creepshow 2 with the Raft never stops.
Mom and Pop's